Ladies and gentlemen, please remain standing. Please remain standing.
Ayam Namaskar, and pleasant good afternoon to each and every one of you. The mere fact that we're standing means that we accept that there is some divine force higher than all of us. Today as we stand in prayers, we thank that God that is indeed higher than everything else, and it's by His grace that we stand today to witness the commissioning of this great project and an addition to our country. We know that our prayers strengthen us, our prayers guide us, and that God guide us today. We want to say thank you, O Lord, for this beautiful day. We want to say thank you for your inspiration to our most dearest President, Dr. Mohamed, His Excellency Dr. Mohamed Irfaan and his cabinet and all our leaders. Thank you, O Lord. Thank you for everyone who inspired to bring this project to life. We pray that may it serve our country well, our community well. We pray that may you remove all obstacles, any accident or anything that will cause an hindrance or anything negative, O Lord. Bless this project, bless everybody. We pray, Om Vakratunda Mahakaya, Surya Koti Samaprabha Nirvignam Kurumi Deva Sarvakareshu Sarvada. To you who are most massive, O Lord, we pray that may you shine forth your radiance, that dispel all obstacles and hindrances, that guide us always on the righteous path of life. Om Shanti, 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 Hari Om.
I greet you with the universal greetings of Islam. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Let us pray. Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen, Ar-Rahman Ar-Rahim, Maliki Yawmiddin, Iyaka na'budu wa Iyaka nasta'een, Ihdina as-sirata al-mustaqim, Sirata alladhina an'amta alayhim, Ghayr al-maghdubi alayhim wa la dhalin. All praise is due to God, the Lord of all the world, Master of the Day of Judgment. Thee alone do we worship, and Thee alone we beseech for help. Guide us on the right and straight path, the path of those who will favor, not of those who ought to be brought upon, nor those who go astray. O our Lord, as we gather here this afternoon for the opening of this new water treatment plant, which will serve the residents of this West Demerara. O our Lord, we beg Thee to shower your mercy and your blessing on this 8 million litre water treatment plant, so it will continue to flow until the end of time. O our Lord, always bless our beautiful country, Guyana. O our Lord, shower a blessing on our beloved President, Dr. Mohamed Irfaan and his cabinet, and grant them guidance and wisdom to move Guyana forward. O our Lord, bless our regional administration. O our Lord, continue to bless Region 3 as you always do. Shower on us with your bounties and sustenance, for thou art the sustainer, Lord of bounties. Protect us from all evil. O our Lord, grant Guyana your blessing, and shower your mercy on us to live in peace, love, and harmony as one people, one nation, one destiny, and one Guyana.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Our loving Father, Jesus Christ, we thank you for this day that we can gather to celebrate your goodness. Father, resources that you would have blessed us with. And we ask, oh God, that you will intervene in the persons, oh God, who will have to man this asset, this resource to our people. I pray your continued blessing upon our government, upon our people, Lord, that more can be done. We thank you that you will bestow wisdom on our leaders, oh Lord, nationally, regionally, and in every way. I pray, God, that you will continue to bestow wisdom on us all, that together we can achieve greatness. We thank you and we ask for these mercies in Jesus Christ's mighty name. Amen.
You may be seated. His Excellency Dr. Mohamed Irfaan Ali, President of the Cooperative Republic of Guyana, Honorable Colin Crow, Minister of Housing and Water, Honorable Deodat Indar, Minister within the Ministry of Public Works, Regional Chairman Mr. Mohamed Irfaan Ali, Permanent Secretary of the Ministry of Housing and Water, Mr. Bishram Kuben, GWI CEO, Mr. Sheikh Bash, GWI Board representatives, as well as the management team, ladies and gentlemen, all, and especially the beneficiaries of the Wills Water Treatment Plant, good afternoon to you. We are here, yet another historic milestone in our nation's journey towards sustainable water access and national development. Today we stand at the Wales Water Treatment Plant, a testament to progress, vision, and the unwavering commitment of the Government of Guyana, led by His Excellency Dr. Mohamed Irfaan Ali, to ensuring that every citizen has access to clean, safe, and potable water. Water is life. It is the foundation of health, agriculture, industry, and the very sustainability of our communities. This commissioning is more than just the opening of a facility. It is a promise kept. It is a symbol of transformation and a step forward towards a future where every drop counts for sustainable development. This is the second large-scale water treatment plant commissioned by His Excellency, reinforcing the government's dedication to expanding and modernizing Guyana's water infrastructure through strategic investments and innovation. We are not only improving water quality, but also enhancing the well-being of families, businesses, and industries across the country. We are honored to have with us His Excellency, Dr. Ali, whose leadership continues to drive Guyana forward. We also welcome all of you, all of the beneficiaries, the stakeholders, contractors, residents, all to this opening. So without further ado, let's get started on today's program. At this time, I invite for brief remarks, because behind every successful project stands a very dedicated team and also the beneficiaries of the community. So we will invite the regional chairman, Mr. Sheikh Mohamed Irfaan Ali, for brief remarks at this time.
Thank you, Chairman of today's proceeding, His Excellency Dr. Mohamed Irfaan Ali, President of the Cooperative Republic of Guyana, the Honorable Minister of Housing and Water, Colin Crow, CEO, Sheikh Bash, Permanent Secretary, Mr. Kopian, Honorable Minister of Public Works, Minister Indar, to all my brothers and sisters, a pleasant good afternoon. I stand before you this afternoon with mixed emotion. Today, where we sit here in an atmosphere where hopes are being realized and the residents started to dream again of a better future. Where smiles are spread across the faces of the children in this community with the understanding they can return to school once again and pursue their career. We can recall vividly that prior to 2020, this community was brought to its knees by a brutality government who thinks little or thinks nothing at all about the feelings and the welfare of the citizens of this community and more so across this region. But to be honest, if I had my way, I would have allotted all this time this afternoon to His Excellency to address us here. Because this community, before he has become the president of this country, he spearheaded the survival of this community during that dark period. I recall vividly when His Excellency will call up this team and said we have to get 1,000 hampers. We have to realize so much finances to ensure these children go to school. That was a sentiment that he had expressed towards this community. That was a dedication out of his presidency that he had for the people in Region 3. And I'm sure that was translated across this country. It's a privilege to be here in this atmosphere this afternoon. I can recall, and you should know also, that this community was reactivated by employment. His Excellency started a part-time workers program. As we speak, you have 105 part-time workers within this NDC, within this community. We have over 15 to 20 contractors operating from this area that employs residents directly from this area. And these things can only happen because this government, under His Excellency, had a vision to rescue communities that were badly affected prior to 2020. As I said, if I had my way, have allowed the Excellency to take all this time, so we may have to make it short to ensure that. It is a great feelings, not only for the community in Wales and surrounding areas, but right across this region. When something good is happening in a community, we all should feel happy and pray that that goodness also translates itself in our community, not in the distant future. Today, we are here to witness the opening of this water treatment plant that will bring water of the highest quality to the residents of this area. No longer will the residents be affected by any diseases that water can bring, because this water will be purification water where you can access it very easily. This could have only happened because this government, under His Excellency, is ensuring that our healthcare system, whatever factors will contribute to proper healthcare in this country, is being looked at. Water is important, that we have clean water so that we will be prevented to, or some disease will prevent us not to touch with us. So I, on behalf of the Regional Democratic Council, the residents of this area, surrounding areas, and across Region 3, would like to applaud His Excellency and his cabinet for the tremendous work they are doing, which is impacting positively on the lives of every resident in this region and for sure across this country. We will continue to support this government because we understand clearly this is the only party, the People's Progressive Party, government is the only party and government that can continue to lead us to prosperity. It is evident in every corner of this region and country that we turn, that every corner there is some sort of improvement that impacts on our life positively. And I want to assure His Excellency this afternoon, Region 3 is marching behind you and the PPPC solidly to give you back a majority mandate to continue to rule this country and bring progress and prosperity and to bring better living for all citizens of this country. Thank you very much.
Thank you, RC, for your remarks as well as for your continued service to the people of Region 3. At this time, I would like to invite the dedicated team or a representative from the dedicated team of professionals to share insights from the construction and development of this plant. We now invite Mr. Ramiro Zapata that's the contractor from Hypro Ecologics. So let's give it up for Mr. Zapata.
Your Excellency, Dr. Irfaan Ali, President of the Cooperative Republic of Guyana, Honorable Ministers, officials of government, distinguished guests, partners, members of the Guyana Water Incorporated team, all good afternoon. It is a privilege to be part of this significant milestone. The commissioning of this state-of-the-art water treatment plant is not only an advancement in infrastructure, but also a significant step in the government of Guyana ongoing efforts to improve access to clean, safe, and reliable potable water. As the CEO of Hypro Ecologicos S.A. of CB, a Mexico-based company, I take this opportunity to express our appreciation to the government of Guyana and Guyana Water Incorporated (GWI) for entrusting us with the execution of this project. This marks our second major undertaking in Guyana, and we value the confidence placed in our company and in associate to deliver a facility built to the highest technical, environmental, and operational standards. We recognize that Guyana is expecting a dynamic period of transformation, and we are pleased to be part of this country expanding water infrastructure development. This facility has been designated and constructed to meet World Health Organization standards, ensuring the residents receive water that meets international quality benchmark. Importantly, the plant has demonstrated performance beyond its constructional design specifications. While it was initially engineered to treat 8 million liters of water per day, rigorous testing revealed that it was capable of producing 11.5 million liters per day. Currently, the plant is operated at 9.5 million liters per day, delivering an improvement and more reliable water supply to the people of Gales and in surrounding communities. The successful execution of this project was made possible through collaboration with our local partner, S. Mohan Construction and General Supply Incorporated. From the project's inception, Mr. Suresh Mohan and his team demonstrated exceptional professionalism, technical expertise, and reliability. Their leadership in the design and execution ensured that each phase of the construction was delivered on a schedule and in compliance with our contractual obligation. The work of S. Mohan Construction and General Supplies Incorporated is testament to the technical capacity and capabilities available within Guyana, and we look forward to enhancing our cooperation. Additionally, this project would not have been possible without the collective efforts of all project personnel and suppliers. To the engineers, construction workers, technical team suppliers, and support staff, I extend our sincere gratitude. Your dedication and hard work have contributed to the realization of this facility, which will enhance water security and service reliability for thousands of residents in the years to come. We also recognize and appreciate the consultants and technical team from Guyana Water Incorporated, whose guidance, support, and oversight played an integral role in ensuring the project's success. As we commissioning this facility, Hypro Ecologicos S.A. of CB and S. Mohan Construction and General Supply Incorporated remain committed to supporting the Guyana Water Incorporated in the ongoing operation and maintenance of this plant. Our role does not end here. With the completion of construction and commissioning, we remain dedicated technical partner, ensuring that this facility continues to operate at optimum efficiency, delivering high-quality water to the residents it serves. On behalf of Hypro Ecologicos S.A. of CB, I extend once again my deep appreciation to the government of Guyana, Guyana Water Incorporated, S. Mohan Construction, and all stakeholders who contributed to the completion of this project. We look forward to continuing our collaboration in Guyana's infrastructure development and expanding our partnership on future water-related initiatives in this region. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Zapata, as well as representative. At this time, we want to hear from the GWI CEO, Mr. Sheikh Bash, because understanding the full impact of this project requires insight into its scale, its objectives, and the vision driving it forward. So let's give a warm welcome to Mr. Sheikh Bash.
Thank you very much, Mr. Travis Bruce, who is our communications manager at GWI. His Excellency, Dr. Mohamed Irfaan, Ministers of the Government, Minister Colin Crowe, Minister of Housing, Minister Indar, Minister of Public Works, Regional Chairman, Mr. Board Member here, and the Permanent Secretary. Also to other members of the Board of Directors, the NDC chairpersons who are here for this area, and also contractors and the subcontractor, Sir Jack Bahan, I must mention his name. Management, the top management of GWI and the staff of GWI who are all here, and the residents of all the communities here today who will be served with water from this state-of-the-art treatment plant. The government of Guyana has been investing heavily in the water sector over the last 3 to 4 years. As a matter of fact, some 40 billion Guyana dollars is being spent in the water sector across the country, the coastal belt, hinterland, and riverine areas. And I think we have to give an applause to that. Thank you. GWI has been given a mandate to perform and to ensure that the infrastructure, the water infrastructure, is developed to the highest standard. When I say infrastructure, I'm talking about the wells, I'm talking about the transmission of the water, transmission and distribution systems, and also of the state-of-the-art water treatment plants. We have been given that mandate, and we at GWI will ensure that the expectation of the government of Guyana is realized. As a matter of fact, in the year 2025, by the end of this year, we intend to ensure that 90% of the coastal population enjoy safe and treated water. So what are we doing? Apart from this plant here, and I will elaborate on that in a short while, we're building 7 other treatment plants across the coastal belt. Right now, they're all completed, 7 of them, and only 3 to 4 weeks ago, we commissioned a treatment plant at Caledonia on the east bank of Demerara. So persons who are listening to us must understand that they will be receiving treated water. And don't believe the detractors in our society. They're not seeing. Apparently we have to get some more eye specialists in this country. They're not seeing the development that is taking place. So after this commissioning here today, we want to move to other areas. On the Essequibo coast, you have Anonime. At Parika, you have the Parika Backdam Water Treatment Plant. Here in Region 3, you have 3 state-of-the-art water treatment plants. And you have one at Parfait Harmony also. Then on the east coast, You have one at Commons Lodge and one at Bachelor's Adventure. Some of these plants are larger than this one here, and this is determined by the population. In addition to that, we have received funding to upgrade 12 of our existing treatment plants across the country. And these have also been completed, and large sections of the population are receiving treated water, improved treated water from these treatment plants. And when I say upgraded, I mean new filters, new booster pumps, refurbishment of the facilities, and so on. New chlorination systems to ensure that the water is purified, and so on. And as if that were not enough, we also are progressing very satisfactorily in installing 18, yes, that number is 18 small, what we call inline water treatment plants across the coastal belt. In Region 5 alone, you will have 6 of those plants. In Region 6, you have 5 of those plants. And you can go on and on. Some of these plants are already in operation. One at Sparanam, already providing treated water for those communities there. One at Weldad, already providing treated water. One at Farm, and one at Perseverance. By next week that will be in operation, and so on. So many of these plants will be completed, most of which will be completed by the end of this month, and some by the end of April. And some will come a bit later on, by June. So it is a recognition of the crying need of the population that I know that the government of Guyana has mandated GWI as the executing agency to deliver these plants and to ensure that the residents have treated water. Now here on the West Bank, and I can see the large number of people turning up here, great expectations, a great day, and I dare say a great water treatment plant here at Wales. And I'm quite sure some of the residents here have been motivated to come here, because I have been moving from Free and Easy, Potentia, Wales, Tuflock, Sisters, all these areas, and talking to the communities. And only yesterday I was here again, and they're very pleased because they've seen clean, clear water coming through their taps. And not only the water quality, but also the level of service. People are receiving water on the first floor, the upper floor of their houses. Many communities, more work is to be done. But the level of service ranges from 10 feet of water to 15 feet of water at this point in time. And this will improve as we go along, as more of the transmission lines are installed. So look forward for better level of service. Now, this plant is supposed to take in from Tuflock to Free and Easy, as well as to go all the way into Canal number 2 and into Bell West. And I can tell you that this is much needed, the treated water that is in Bell West, because there's a well that is very heavy in iron content. There's a crying need, but we've had some problems with the contractors and laying the transmission lines. We have now received a new award for a contractor, and they will start mobilizing this coming week. And I'm hoping that within 3 to 4 months that they can complete the transmission lines so that the water can reach as far as Bell West. Now, what are the design parameters of this treatment plant here? It is an 8 MLD plant, that is millions of liters per day. But as the contractor has stated, it can actually supply 9.5 MLD. It can be upscaled. And all these plants that we're building can be upscaled as we speak, as they're constructed now, and in the future. We can add on filters, booster pumps, and so on, so that it can serve a larger population. So this is the vision that we've had, not to have a static concept of a treatment plant. The scale-up architecture is inherent in these plants. And the cost to the government of Guyana is $1,350 million. So it's indeed a heavy investment in this plant here. This plant is served by 3 wells. And these 3 wells, and I must tell you, we actually had one well here at Wales, and we completed another one about 3 weeks ago, a new well. And we discovered when we were building this plant that there was another well here which Gaisuco operated. And my visit here revealed that, and we were able to rehabilitate that well, and it's producing about 1.2 MLD of water. So all in all, these 3 wells are producing 8.2 MLD of water, sufficient at this point in time to serve those communities. And the plant will be serving 16,000, a population of 16,000 on the west bank of the Murara. And some of the areas here will be Bellevue, Good Intent, Toflok, Sisters, Wales, Potentia, Friesland, Vive la Force, and at the end, Free and Easy. So all the reaches will be there. Now, this plant is a state-of-the-art plant. And by that I mean it has used the latest technology to ensure the plant is automated so that you can get real-time data as the plant is being operated. Efficient backwashing technology has been employed. And importantly, and I'm glad about that, there is the advanced filtration system known as membrane bioreactors have been employed here. It's really helping to give the most advanced water solution in the treatment of water here at Wales. Smart technology has been employed with sensors for pressure flow and the turbidity, giving real-time information. So all in all, I must congratulate the contractors for delivering this plant, which has been performing excellently, I would say, not good. And I'll give you the data to support that right now. In terms of water quality, and this was taken by the GWI laboratory, and they've been doing it over and over again, and this is what it reads. But for a point of comparison, the WHO standard for iron in water, because as you know, the aquifers in Guyana, they have a lot of iron content, and this is why we're building these plants. It's 0.3 mg milligram per liter of water. And the final output here at this plant, taken as recently as yesterday, was 0.1 mg per liter. Excellent. In terms of turbidity, the World Health Standard is less than 5. Here, final water is 1.25 in turbidity. The color of the World Health Standard is less than 100. At this plant, it is 44. So the latest technology has been used in this plant, and it has given us the results. But not only from the plant. I've been out in the villages here. We've taken samples. At Sisters Village, the iron is 0.1. I wouldn't be with others. At Potentia, 0.2. Remember, 0.3 is the World Health Standards. Breezeland, 0.2. And Good Intent, 0.1. So indeed, this plant is performing. This is the water coming out of this plant from the community there. And it's labeled GWI because this GWI water is coming from this plant here, right here, nowhere else. And this will meet, I'm quite sure, the expectations of the population here in the West Bank and in other parts of the country as we move along to commission more and more plants. There are challenges, and we're working in those challenges, one of which are the non-completion of some of the wells to feed these plants. But by the end of this month, I am very, very hopeful that 8 wells will be completed. They're far advanced, and they've been pressure tested and so on, to support those plants. And we've had the challenges, of course, with failed wells, non-producing wells, in which the contractors had to go back and develop to meet the standards of GWI. And we will never relinquish the standards we've set for the water quality in this country. So, ladies and gentlemen, we are on the move. And I cannot end without commending the staff of GWI, many of whom are here today, especially the engineers and the top management, for their dedication to the task at hand. They've been working excessive hours, weekends. The regional manager here, I wish to point out, he has been very instrumental here in getting the level of service to the optimum. They all recognize the need to ensure that the population get treated water with a high level of service. What I want to ask you, the residents here, to do is to ensure that you conserve in the water. Ensure it is not wasted. I appeal to you. It's a high cost to treat the water. So I urge you to ensure you pass on this piece of advice to other households here on the West Bank of Demerara. So thank you very much. And I want to assure you that the water is safe to drink. It has been found to be microbiologically sound. It was tested, and you can drink the water. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Bash, for providing the overview of the project. As we can see the benefits and the clarity in the water, be sure to grab a bottle and hydrate yourself as we continue throughout the program. At this time, we want to hear about the gift of water. And I think Soraya Prasad from the Potentia Secondary School has the answer to what the gift of water is. So please welcome Mr. Prasad.
His Excellency President Ali, special members and invitees, distinguished guests, a pleasant good afternoon to you all. I present to you a poem written by myself titled The Gift of Water. From mountain peaks to river bends, a lifeline where all nature blends. It feeds the earth, it soothes the sky, a treasure vast yet running dry. It carves the stone, it shapes the land, a force gentle and in command. Through thirsty roots and weary hands, it flows where life itself demands. No king nor beggar stand apart, for water beats in every heart. It cools the brow, revives the soul, a silent guide, a sacred role. Yet careless hands may steal its grace and leave but dust in one green space. So guard it well, let none be lost, for life without it pays the cost. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Prasad, for that lovely poem. This time I would like to introduce Honorable Colin Crowe, Minister of Housing and Water, as he delivers remarks on this occasion.
Thank you very much, our Public Relations Officer, Mr. Bruce. Your Excellency, son of our soil for Region 3, President Dr. Mohamed Irfaan, colleague Minister Deodat Indar, the members of the Board of Directors for Guyana Water Inc., I recognize 6 of you, CEO of Guyana Water Inc., Mr. Sheikh Bash, and a number of staff here, senior staff too from GWI, Permanent Secretary Kupen, the representatives for Hypro Ecologics, and I want to recognize the local contracting partner for this construction, S. Jacques Mohan, members of the media, Regional Chairman, Mr. Sheikh Ayub, member of the Central Committee, Central Executive, and Mr. Comrade Neil Kumar, and a number of known faces around. But more importantly, residents of Region 3, residents of Wales and the environment communities, a very good afternoon to all of you. Today, you'll agree, and I want to welcome the Chairman of the Private Sector Commission and another son of the soil. Today is a momentous occasion for the people of Wales, the people of Region 3, and all the nearby communities. Today, ladies and gentlemen, we are celebrating progress. This commissioning ceremony for this Wales treatment plant is a testament of our government's commitment and our unwavering commitment to improving the quality of life for safe, potable water to be delivered, and by extension, for every citizen to benefit. This Wales treatment plant is one of 3 earmarked for region number 3. And you know, as we say, as part of our motto, water is life. It is also quite possibly the most fundamental need of humankind. Access to clean, access to treated water is a universal right for everyone. It's no longer a privilege, but for just a few. This is why, ladies and gentlemen, you will agree, this is why the People's Progressive Party civic government, since its return to office, has consistently made bold decisions and investments to modernize and expand the water sector. This facility, which we are proud to commission today, will benefit 16,000 residents and ensuring that high-quality water, as just outlined by the CEO, is delivered to every household. For far too long, communities have faced the challenge of accessing safe, reliable water. But under the leadership of our President, His Excellency Dr. Mohamed Irfaan, we have worked unceasingly to correct years of neglect and to bring the real change to our people. This state-of-the-art water treatment plant will not only provide cleaner water, but it will also enhance, obviously, public health, reduce waterborne disease, and improve the overall quality of life for families, for those who are attending school and for businesses here in this region. The commissioning of this facility is part of our government's broader vision to modernize the delivery of safe water across our country. We are aggressively expanding our national water infrastructure, increasing the access in both urban and rural communities, and upgrading outdated systems to ensure sustainability. So as we continue to develop our country, we are therefore implementing world-class technology, improving efficiency, and ensuring that no community is left behind. The policies, the interventions, the financial resources that are being injected in the development of here in Region 3 and all others. Substantial work has been done to upgrade and expand the water infrastructure here in this region. You just heard the CEO Batch outline and told you how GWI has been fulfilling its mandate to you. But I want to just quickly give you an outline of what we have achieved in the water sector here in this region. So for example, in 4.5 years, we have invested over $7.6 billion, benefiting 89,000 beneficiaries. You have the treatment plant here, and the two others are, you have, or in terms of large treatment plants, we have also for the West Coast, and then to complete the islands in terms of Wakenham and Leghorn. Similarly, we would have developed 5 new wells and upgrading a number of existing plants. And this $1.3 billion investment completed today is part of the overall investment. I want to pause here too to say that every resource, every dollar that has been asked by GWI and by the Ministry of Housing and Water for the water sector, we have received every one of those allocations. And so you will understand when our president, at times and quite rightly, will express some impatience because he would like for the development and the transformation to happen as quickly as possible. And so, for example, mention was made about a number of challenges we've had in the drilling of wells. In 4.5 years, we have drilled, Mr. President, 35 coastal wells, of which 9 have been drilled right here in Region 3. So therefore, we also have to recognize from where we're coming from. At 2020, when we got back into office, access to treated water on the coastline, whether it's from Charity going all the way to Crabber Creek, and then you now have to add Molson Creek, 52%, let me repeat, 52%, just over half of the population were receiving treated water. A program was designed and developed to ensure, as part of our mandate, and as I said earlier, the matching resources, to ensure that we bring coverage to treated water here on the coastline by the end or before the year of 2025 is finished, to bring it up to a minimum 90% coverage on the coastline. Similarly, Regional Chairman, when he started off, spoke about Wales and what the suffering here and when environment communities as a result of one of your main source of income. And we're speaking here on the closure of the sugar estate. Similarly, we have begun what is called the Wales Phase 2 housing development, which is providing both residential and commercial opportunities. And so far, Mr. President, in 2 years, we have allocated close to 5,000 house lots here in Wales. And in fact, we will continue. As early as next month, April 14th, we have another exercise at the West Demerara Secondary School. So you will continue, therefore, to see massive investments to ensure that both the housing and water sectors for this ministry is significantly boosted to contribute towards the quality of life that we all desire. And for the housing sector itself, we have seen for construction work here, so already the investment is happening. So while allocation is happening, the investment for the infrastructure work has started. So we have committed here on this for the phase 2 of the Wales new housing development, a total commitment of over $17 billion. I repeat, a total commitment of over $17 billion. Last year alone, we would have committed $6 billion for the first set of infrastructure work to commence for access to the allocations that has been done. And as early as 2 weeks from today, Mr. President, we will start showing the first set of lots here in the phase 2 housing development. And as I speak, we have just awarded to about $9 billion to continue the investment on the housing front. And already under the Saudi Development Fund, we have another $2 billion that will come on stream this year, and that will make up the investment by between 24 and 2025 of over $17 billion. We must not therefore take lightly of the resources that is being injected to ensure that we all can have a better life. But with all of that is also the resurgence on employment opportunities. So with investments also comes for earnings for families. And therefore, for here on this part of the region, with the investments that are happening, you are directly benefiting not only as a beneficiary of the service, but also as earning as an employment opportunity. So, my fellow Guyanese, progress, like what I've just outlined, it doesn't occur by chance. It don't happen by chance. It happens because of sound policies, strong leadership, and a government that puts its people first. I want you to give a big round of applause for our president. Unlike the housing and water sector, here in this region, you have seen the investments and transformation, whether it's for education delivery, for healthcare, for agriculture expansion, for job creations, for opening of new road networks. The path we are all on is the path for continued development of our communities and country to fulfilling a future for these children that are here, these school children, and for all your children and the next generation, fulfilling that commitment so that their prosperity is already designed by your government that is delivering on its promises to the people of Guyana. Our government has consistently demonstrated its commitment to you. We do not ever waver in our dedication for progress and prosperity. We look around your country today, look around your community, look around your region, and you will see us unwavered in our dedication to progress, and the results speak for themselves. Thousands of house lots being delivered, new roads, schools, hospital, and an economy that is stronger than ever before. Let us therefore ensure that every child that is growing up in this country with access to clean water, with quality education, with the economic opportunities, let us together keep Guyana moving forward. On behalf of the Ministry of Housing and Water, I want to extend my heartfelt gratitude to everyone who has been involved in this project and in making it a success. Our contractor, Hypro Ecologics. And I want to recognize too and make mention a testimony of the building of the capacity of our local contractors. And in this case, construction, fabrication, all aspects locally was done by S. Jagwan, and it therefore says to us, and there are others, it says to us, with the building of our local capacity, they will in a few years, no longer will our contractors have to look locally, but they can eventually start competing regionally and internationally. And I want to show appreciation for the people of Wales and the West Bank of Demerara. And I say to you that enjoy this new facility, use it wisely, and know that your government is always working for you. Let's continue to build our country together. Let's continue moving Guyana forward. Let's ensure that the People's Progressive Party Civic, under President Mohamed Irfaan is returned back to office so that we can have the development and the transformation not happening next year, but happening now. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Minister Kroll, for your very insightful presentation, as well as reminding us of all the development that has been seen across Guyana, especially in Region 3 as well. I think we can give Minister Kroll another round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. At this time, I want to invite Carissa Douglas from the West Demerara Secondary School, who is going to treat us to a rendition of Oh Beautiful Guyana. for that beautiful and soulful presentation about beautiful Guyana. We can do better than that, ladies and gentlemen. So before I introduce our keynote address, or our keynote speaker this afternoon, I think as customary, we usually like to show a before and after transformation of this site that you're sitting in today. So look at the television screens around you. There's some at the back of you, some over your head for those at the back. And we hope that you enjoy this short video that we compiled.
As we take a look at the newly built Wales water treatment plant. The government of Guyana is financing the coastal water treatment infrastructure program to increase treated water to 90% by 2025 at a cost of 40 billion Guyana dollars. The Wales water treatment plant is one of 3 new plants being constructed in Region 3. This plant is designed to treat 8 million liters per day and will benefit 16,000 residents from the areas of Bellevue, Canal No. 2, Bell West, Good Intent, Tuflot, Sisters, Wales, Potentia, Riceland, Viva La Force, and Free and Easy. GWI remains committed to providing safe, reliable, and affordable water services and enhancing water infrastructure across Guyana.
I'd like us to give a round of applause to all the contractors, everyone who worked behind the scenes. So without further ado, I'd like to invite His Excellency, Dr. Mohamed Irfaan. Please stand as we welcome him. I want to give him a Region 3 welcome. I hope that you guys can do that as he delivers the keynote address at the Wales Water Treatment Plant.
Thank you very much. Please have your seats. Distinguished members of the Cabinet, distinguished leaders of Region 3, the young people, the future of Region 3, members of the board of TWI, management and staff of TWI, the contractors, most importantly, the residents of this area and residents of Region 3, good afternoon. I want you to put your hands together for the extraordinarily strong leadership we have here in Region 3. I'm always very proud of our leaders, progressive party, civic, government, and party operate. We are not fair weather. We are not seasonal. We are not opportunistic. We are your constant, reliable partner in development. We don't fade away in or out of power. We don't succumb to the side of difficulty. We join in the pain. We walk alongside you in the darkest of days, and we light with you the brightest of light in the brightest of days. Many of the leaders here, I look at them in their faces and I say to them, thank you. Because between the period 2015 and 2020, we walked these streets, we walked these communities, we heard of the horror, the nightmare, the pain, the sleepless night, the mental breakdown, the trauma that families and residents were going through. Parents deciding which of their child they will take out of school. That was the story of these communities only 5 years ago. There are the videos that were played by the BBC that can reenact the cruelty, the gruesome cruelty of the administration when they took away thousands of jobs directly and indirectly, when they closed the sugar estate, and when they sent these communities into poverty. Where were those sweet-sounding voices? Where were those who now pretend they care? Were they with you side by side in the battle? Were they with you or us as we marched these roads in protest of the closure of the estate? Were they with you when we pulled together resources and brought hampers to families week after week? When the priests, the pastors, the imams, and the pandits, our respected leaders, called us Neil Kumar and said that families did not have even to celebrate the religious days. You remember that, Neil Kumar? And we brought hampers to religious entities just 5 years ago. But the Lord is great. We have overcome. And this is the day that the Lord has made. Let us rejoice in it and be glad. I say these things not to reopen scars. I say these things not to reopen heart, but I say these things so that our consciousness must never go asleep, so that our consciousness must never fail us, so that our consciousness must be that guiding principle, guiding light that we honor in our life. Lest we forget, just 4 years ago, today is a great day from many perspectives. You spoke about the partnering contractor, Suresh Jack Mohan. I remember his first day of work, owning only basic tools. Let us be thankful and grateful. Today, completing multi-million-dollar contract. I remember just in front of me, the Wales dispensary, and the nurse who worked in that dispensary, living behind in that flat house, because I will spend many all years night in that house and many holidays in that house right in front of me. Nurse Sandra, Ganga. I remember just outside of this gate, there was a concrete pad and a single standpipe, and lines of people will come to fill their drums and bucket in that standpipe. I remember playing hide and seek in the beautiful moonlight night of all years or Christmas, spending it here and hiding on this very land in bush. this is the day that the Lord has made. How can we not be thankful and grateful when in every square inch of this country there is a reminder for each of us of how life has changed and transformed, of how much we must be grateful and thankful for. I lead a government that works hard every single day. That is all we know. I grew up in a party, and I'm proud to be a party that has taught me every single lesson of humility, that has taught me every single lesson of what a good leader should do. I am proud to be part of a party that embraces all of Guyana. I'm proud to be part of a government and party that is the only national party. Today, in this one project alone, because there will be people who will come around and say to you, there will be people who will come around and say to you, what did you get? Just using this one project as an example, with the households that will benefit, the government in this project alone has invested on behalf of every single household $400,000 just in this one project alone. $400,000 just in this one project alone. My dear friends, just 5 years ago, the story in these communities was, how are we going to support our children to go to school? The story was about families going hungry and communities going bankrupt. The story was that land was easy to get here because everybody wanted to sell out. And people like Komal buy up. Everybody wanted to sell out. They saw hopelessness. This is a story of hope versus hopelessness. This is a story of dignity versus indignity. This is a story of trust versus falsehood. The very people promised the very sugar workers that they would have expanded sugar and increased their salaries. Instead, they shut down their estates. This is a story about promises kept versus promises broken. This is a story of vision versus lack thereof. This is a story of respect versus callousness. This is a story of the People's Progressive Party Civic versus the rest. And I say the rest because many of them are captured in the umbrella of indignity in the APNO ASC. Let us not be fooled. In whatever form they come or disguise themselves, whether individually or collectively, they are one of the same. They are part of the same team that brought indignity, hopelessness, callousness, falsehood, lack of vision, and callousness to the people of these communities. And they very well know our plans because we don't hide our plans. They know that we are going and not we were going. They know that in the program, at the Wales Estate Ground, the old Wales Estate Ground, that in our program we have the complete rehabilitation of that ground and the installation of lights. But I am guided by the great books. Beware thee, children of God, of false prophets. And beware, doom cometh upon those who succumb to false prophecy. And when we speak about false prophecy, it is not only those who will come in the name of the Messiah. It is about those who will come with false messages to betray the minds and hearts of people, to misguide the minds and hearts of people. Let me be first to say that like all of us, we all fall short of the glory of God. Today, I intend to speak for too long. There are imposters masquerading under the banner of human dignity. I will not judge them. All I'm asking you to be is not be misguided. All I'm asking you to be is true to your conscience. All I'm asking you to be is to be true to your heart. That is my message. In our free and democratic society, everyone is entitled. But let your conscience always be your guide. Today, I'm going to tell you what the independent evaluators in their latest report had to say about Guyana. And I want you to ask yourselves a question. Why aren't these things I'm going to speak of not in the headlines of the newspapers? Why aren't these things that I'm going to speak of not in the headlines of the architects of doom? God is great. They cannot mobilize and use the ordinary anymore. So the intellectual architects of violence must now come forward, and they expose themselves brutally by threatening violence and all of these things. There shall be no violence, because our people are united in the understanding of what Guyana needs. They're living in their own little bubble. They're living in their own little bubble. But let me give you the independent review by the IMF. And let me say this. We are not part of an IMF program. We have exited the IMF program. But because of our government commitment to have an independent review, to be transparent in our policy, we still allow the IMF to do their Article 4 review. And here is what it said. They say that our diversification plan is not working. Here is what the IMF said. The country is projected to grow by 10.25% this year. But you want to hear what is the best part? Non-oil GDP growth is projected at 13%. That is the investment in agriculture, construction, the transformation that is taking place. The IMF commended Guyana's economic transformation. Note the words that they use. They did not only commend Guyana's economic progress, they commended Guyana's economic transformation. They're telling the story that the country is not only progressing, it is transforming. And they did not say that they commended the country financial transformation, they commended the country economic transformation, because economic transformation brings with it social transformation, financial transformation, human transformation, and societal transformation. It went on to say, the IMF said that they highly, not only commend now, they highly commended the diversification of the economy of our country. Highly. This is not President Ali speaking. This is the IMF. Highly commended the diversification of our economy. They went on to say that Guyana will continue to be one of the fastest growing economies in the world. The IMF lauded and acknowledged that there is an increase in disposable income for every single citizen of our country. They lauded the social transfers and praised the policy in relation to the social transfers that is bridging inequality. Instead, what you see, every day they're looking for a negative headline on the cash grant, on the support of people with disability. But here's what the IMF is saying, that these are the policies that are working. You hear them speak every day about disparity and inequality. The IMF, in their independent review, commended Guyana for inclusive growth. Inclusive in every sector of the economy and inclusive among every population set of the country. He went on to say that Guyana is moving in the right direction to end, not to address poverty, to end poverty. This is the IMF. This is the IMF. This is our evaluation from the IMF. We are moving in the right direction to end poverty. They commended the government for upgrading the labor skills and productivity. And guess what? They lauded the government for trade connectivity and transparency. Improved transparency. And you know what is it? I always say, what is the ultimate litmus test of transparency and democracy? Look at all those people on social media or whatever who can find the ease and comfort to criticize government, to say whatever you want to say, lies, whatever distasteful, nasty things you want to say about a minister or the government or a public servant or any individual. They feel comfortable doing that now. 5 years ago, many of them went to the court. There were two right over here who came to us for legal representation because their arrest was ordered. just for posting one comment about the president. Today they're free. Say what you want to say, post what you want to post. Because they know that they have that freedom to do it under this government. And the duplicity and hypocritical nature of some of these people is mind-boggling. It is okay to discredit any woman associated with the PPP. It is okay to say the nastiest things about them. You go on social media today and see. Case study. It is okay. All the women rights organization, all the high standard organization will be very quiet. It is okay. You can say what you want to say about them. Call them whatever names you want to call them. Because they don't have rights. We are in this together, as a country and as a people. And make no mistake, with the love of the people and the honor and dignity of the people, we shall overcome and we shall prevail. Today, the minister spoke about housing. In this region alone, I'm not telling you about what private builders build. This is the low-income homes and the moderate-income homes. The ministry alone would have built and is building more than 1,000 homes. They have a minimum of 5 persons employed on each of those homes. That's 5,000 persons just on the homes they're building. $7 billion. Almost $90 billion invested in housing alone in this region. Today, if you sell your land in Wales, something wrong with you. People are not abandoning their lands anymore. For a matter of fact, people who left 50 years ago went to Timbuktu, coming back now to fight with a 2-inch. That is not accidental. That is not accidental. Drive the backlands and see the transformation. Whilst they're busy plotting evil, you know what we were doing this weekend? We were plotting the next phase of the highway that will go, the new highway that will come from the new bridge and go all the way to Wales and then go all the way to the Del Conte route, opening up tens of thousands of acres of land for farmers, for housing, connecting Bartica, bringing the road back onto Sand Hills, taking it to Timeri. That is what we do. When they're busy with the evil fingers typing on social media, we're in a room talking about the new port that we have to build in Parika to take off the modern ferries and so that we can export directly from Parika to support our farmers to the Caribbean and further afield. Whilst they are elusive and delusional in their thinking, we are busy planning the second power plant so that you will have an industrial hub, a state-of-the-art industrial manufacturing hub here so that tens of thousands of jobs, hundreds of industries will be created here for you. Whilst they are busy propagating that a bridge would have never been built, the bosom of the Demra River comes the pillar of hope, the tower of strength, and the magnificence of development. Rising above the tide, soaring high above in the sky, there lies your sweet victory, O slave of impatience. My mother was a literature teacher. And I had one of the best literature teachers in school. Her name was Miss Mertens. Honor the past, and the future will honor you. Let me go back that slowly for you. Honor the past, and the future will honor you. My friends, the story of development is before you. Today, in a tasteless way, you will taste it. Because water has no taste. Today, in a tasteless way, you will taste another form of development. By the end of this year, 90% of the population will taste the tasteless nature of water through treated water all across this country. Some people will drive on a brand new road and get to the front, and when they get there, they will say, I ain't see development. Every time there is improvement in infrastructure, the value of your home goes up. The value of your community goes up. And the value of our country goes up. My friends, I know that I'm far away from the end of my presentation. And I know that you're close to home. But I really want to recognize and acknowledge also the pains and suffering of those in our society who endure the hardship of waking up at 4 a.m. in the morning to get a bucket of water to ensure they have enough water to last them for the day. The women, mothers, and sisters who bore the blunt of the pain in pulling trolleys of drums of water, in plowing bare feet the rugged, stony roads of burnt earth to ensure their children, many of you here, many of us here today, had this necessity of life, water. I honor their sacrifices because it is on their shoulders that we stand with this new and magnificent Guyana that is before us. You, the children of the future, what lies ahead of you is an incredible story. What lies ahead of you is a country of untold bounties and prosperity. How do you approach this prosperity? What are the values you will approach it with? Because if you believe this is how it always was, you will not appreciate what you have. If you believe that this is an entitlement, you will make the mistake of destroying this very asset that we're building. You have an immense responsibility ahead of you to safeguard this hard work, these sacrifices, so that you too will leave a tomorrow that you are proud of. Once again, to the contractor, to the management and staff of GWI, members of cabinet, members of the RDC, Minister Collins, Suzanne, who is not here, the board, the residents, all of you. We thank you sincerely for your hard work, and we look forward to the completion of all the other wells and the fully, not only the completion, but the optimum operability of those wells. Together, we are strong. Forward together for a better Guyana. Long live all our people. Long live our full commitment to one Guyana, one people, one nation, one destiny. God bless you.
Thank you, Your Excellency, for your presentation. Before you sit, Your Excellency, we invite you to unveil the plaque that can be found at the control room. He will be accompanied by GWI CEO, Ministers Indar and Crowell, as well as the regional chairman. We would also like Carissa, Douglas, and Mr. Prasad to accompany His Excellency to unveil the plaque. Members of the board of GWI as well to assist in unveiling the plaque. Ladies and gentlemen, we have refreshments that are being served at the tent toward the back of the guard hut.
The pressure automates medium. Go straight this side. Okay. So I know, but how is signal? Everyone to get you. Coming out. I see it above me. They're right above me. I see it right above me. Presso, let me taste it from Orlando. Gotta taste it.
You can't get enough of it, eh? In Orlando, they would have cost you $2 already.
You're sure right.
Commander, you're responsible for the safety of the citizens. Back, so I'm sending water taste. All right, good. Well,
Nice to meet you. Set us rule, very speak. Come join.
Shake Max. Thank you. Make sure you use room go and taste the water.
Thank you.
I will go and taste the water. Listen, then you will write the story from a truly forest person.
When you have really
They're going to the road? They're going to the road? They're going to the road?
Hey, take a photo. You got it? You got it? Okay. Sure? Yes, sir.